Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today because it's right before 4th of July. And everybody's getting ready for 4th of July, and I'm downtown Huntington. But one thing that's happening is for the first time in 3 years, city of Huntington Beach is going to have their Huntington Beach parade. They're going to have at least 500,000 people out here. And one thing that's cool is see the chalk drawings? That's how you stake your claim to your spot for the parade. So you go out, you put the chalk out, family name, and you own that piece of real estate. People respect it. It's nice. It's kind of cool. But the thing that's shocking is that this used to fill up. You can't do it until the morning of the 3rd, and this used to fill up really, really early. But this year, there's all this empty real estate that people haven't claimed yet. And it's very cool. You can go in front of the restaurants and put your name down, and you own it, So check it out. Isn't that cool? So midway through the year, it's a lot to cover. Please don't forget to like the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Plus today we have a sponsor, Ageless Multi-Collagen, which I will talk about in just a bit. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of nice. It's been 3 years since they've done this. They've always done fireworks and things like that. But check this out, guys. I mean, it's so overcast here. If this doesn't burn off between, now and 4th of July, it's going to be tough to see the fireworks. But it's always a fun place to be. Plus, the other cool thing about coming down here is that they shut down Pacific Coast Highway down here. So it's definitely a cool thing to see. And, just different perspective. I mean, they've had 1 million people out here on 4th of July. And the cool thing is they have a 5K. They shut down Pacific Coast Highway so you can ride your bike on it, walk in the street. And everybody's just out shopping, having a good time. So, they broadcast the parade. So I think it's on ABC. But kind of a cool thing to come down and see. But halfway through the year, everybody was predicting gloom and doom. And I'm one of those people that thinks that things are going in a different direction, a negative direction. And one thing that's amazing is that as you look at the first half of the year, all the naysayers that are out there saying, see, Dan, you were wrong. You're trying to tell me how great everything is and that the economy is fantastic. But hold the phone, guys, okay? We've got inflation still well above anybody's, recommended number, 4.1%, which I don't believe it's that low. I think that's an absolute lie. By the way, see, some people go to town here. So on 4th of July, there's no parking on this street, but this goes down for about 2 miles of all this, all these different spots that are marked and things like that. So inflation is still high. Now, is it down from our peak of 9.1%? Absolutely. And it's nowhere near that right now. But there's a few things to look at. And the M1 and M2 money supply, the money supply that's in circulation right now, we've only had 4 times in our history. Hey, buddy. 4 times in our history, people go to town, market, But we've only had these 4 times in history that the M2 money supply have dropped. It's always been before an economic collapse. And we just saw it drop again. But I want to, show you guys. Now the money supply has only dropped 4 times in history. 1870s, 1893, 1921, and the Great Depression. That we've seen consistent drop in the money supply. So guys, is this an ominous sign that we're heading towards a depression? Personally, this is just one more thing to me that tells us that we're leading towards a depression. But let me know what you think about this. Let's talk about our sponsor, Ageless Multi-Collagen. Think about this. As we get older, we lose collagen. Collagen is a protein that helps you with the elasticity of your skin. It helps you with your nail health, your skin health, your hair health. And I've been taking this now for over 2 months, and it's made a huge, huge difference with me. It's the first thing I put in my coffee. It is tasteless. It doesn't add any flavor to it, but it's made a huge difference in my life. If you go to healthwithdan.com and check it out, you can save over 51% off their regular price. It comes from the great people at BioTrust, but collagen has been called a fountain of youth, and it has made a huge difference in me, and I love it. I absolutely use this every day. Even as a spokesman, it's one of those things that I cannot get enough of. So you should try Ageless Multi-Collagen, but if you have any issues where you've seen your skin having issues with creping or not being elastic anymore, this will help you with that. Take it today. 10 grams of biopeptides in each scoop makes a huge difference. But check out healthwithdan.com. Once again, it comes from the good people at BioTrust. It is a fantastic product, and it's made a huge difference for me. You should try it. Now, you have to also look at the unemployment situation. You know, when they made predictions in December for 2023, one thing that they talked about was that we were going to see massive unemployment spike to the moon, and that we were going to see at least 4.2% this year. And that just hasn't materialized. We're at 3.7%, which again, I don't believe that number, but we're supposed to believe that things are just moving along. We have all these layoffs and all these companies that are cutting back right now. And we're seeing a tremendous amount of people making changes right now in companies. And a friend of mine, I had breakfast with him today, talking about the grocery industry and middle management, and how middle management is the first to go right now. And they're going to get rid of all these people. And you're going to see it in other industries as well. So there's that. I saw a great article out of Australia where they were talking about stagnation, not stagflation, stagnation with an N. And what you're seeing in Australia is broken right now. It is, there's no growth. There is just an economy that's just puttering along. And the difference with stagflation is that you have, stagnant growth, but you have high inflation and high unemployment. Nobody wants to admit that the unemployment is bad right now. Everybody wants to sit there and tell you how the unemployment is not nearly as bad as we're being told. And that's for you to decide. Because in your own family, you know if you're getting enough work. You're seeing all these people that are going through all these difficult times right now, whether they can get enough hours, they can't get pay raises. I know somebody who's a nurse who hasn't seen a pay raise in years. Now, during COVID, when all that money was out there, we just heard about the M2 money supply and how everything was thrown in there. And, think about this. Money supply went up 26% during COVID. 26%, all-time high, all-time historic highs. The amount of money in our money supply went up. And right now, it drops 4.1%. And that's like, wait a second. We've got to worry about this. We should wake up to this. No. Have you noticed that people like me, people that tell you this is what's going on, do what you want with it, guys. Do what you want with it. My friend today, I'm incredibly proud of this guy. He's bought a bunch of silver. He's bought a bunch of precious metals, protected his investments, has a bunch of credit unions, and has his money all over the place, but he's ready for a downturn. Okay? What if I'm wrong? Who cares? My buddy's protected. My buddy's smart. And in other words, you also have to have money to save money, which I understand a lot of people don't have that right now. But you've got to prepare yourself right now as if this could happen anytime. And what if it never happens? I told him. Then guess what? You've got extra food in the house. You've got your money set. You've got cash. You've got ways of getting things. You've got precious metals. You've got protection. And this is the guy that trains me for that. So he's got the real deal protection. Okay. So anyways, what's the answer to this? Now, as we were walking down Main Street today, we were talking about the different problems with these hotel workers that are protesting and things like that right now. In Los Angeles, the Los Angeles hotel workers wanted to teach us all a lesson and show how valuable they are, which they are, but they're demanding $25 an hour as base pay. Okay? So they're protesting outside the Centra Hotel, the Ritz-Carlton downtown, by the Staples Center or Crypto Arena or whatever it's called this week. It's a surfing competition going on right now. I'll just keep this out for you. So my daughter's at a convention at the Crypto Arena, and she says, wow, Dad, they're protesting big time. You should come up here. And I didn't have the time to drive up there, but she got me this video out of the Centra Hotel in front of it. Take a look at this. Now, they want 25 bucks an hour. Is that fair? Yes, no, maybe so. I've had more people write me and tell me, when I mentioned Casa Bonita in the last video, the guys that run South Park have a restaurant that they talk about, a Mexican restaurant on the show, Casa Bonita. And they built that restaurant in Arizona, and instead of dealing with tips, they pay their workers 35 bucks an hour. Now, in the defense of the workers, you know, when you have a themed restaurant like that, that's owned by a celebrity, people go there just for that reason. They go there and spend more money, they buy drinks, they buy appetizers, they spend dough doing that, and they'd probably make more than 35 bucks an hour. So some of the servers and waitresses and waiters, I can understand their argument for that. So, you know, share your thoughts on this stuff so far. So it's nice. Announcer is telling people they're in the finals right now. They're telling people what their scores are and things like that. I can't expect you to see that, but this is just famed Huntington Beach Pier with all these surfers out here. It's very, very cool. So let me know what you think about this so far, guys. You know, there's so much going on in the economy right now that you can't ignore. And you need to look at it, whether you want to take this seriously or not. You don't have to take this seriously. You don't have to prepare. You don't have to think that there's a problem. But you go to Peter Schiff's website, and Peter Schiff's got a great article about how we had free money and low interest rates for basically a decade. And all this free money created a problem where they should have raised interest rates a long time ago. And now, companies have relied on the low interest rates, all the construction that's been built. Think about, you know, I am floored when I show you guys like apartment buildings and different construction here. That's just crazy. Those dormitory style units where you have a condo that has no backyard. I don't know how you have a pet. You don't plant a garden. You just have a balcony and one underground parking space for $800,000. It's insane. And then you got an HOA fee too. Don't forget that you got to maintain the building. So people have, you know, anywhere from $500 to $1,000 in HOA payments. But Peter Schiff was talking about how non-financial companies, the articles below, basically 37% of them are in deep trouble right now financially because they cannot afford the interest rate payments that we have right now. Countries are going to have this problem. And it's going to not, but it's not a problem with your family, okay? You don't know what you're talking about, Dan. And, you know, Bidenomics. Okay. Everything right now is an issue. Everything. Things are too expensive. Do you know it's very hard pressed to find a car that's under $30,000 that's new? There used to be starter cars. You used to be able to go buy a college student a $14,000 starter car. There's no such thing anymore. Show me a new car that's under 30 grand. Oh, Tesla's coming out with one, Dan. It's going to be $25,000. Oh, okay. Now, Tesla has lowered prices basically 8% and has seen monster growth. Tesla has absolutely killed it with their growth over the course of the last year, okay? Just had announced their second quarter numbers, and they are huge. They delivered more cars. You know, I think it was 461,000 vehicles got delivered, and they built 473,000. So whatever they're building, people are buying, guys. That's what's crazy about the Tesla deal right now, is that, man, oh man, it is definitely, they're moving cars right now. But it gets to a point that, you know, what's going to continue to happen? Are we just going to continue to be in this situation that interest rates continue to go up? Chairman Powell did not say that interest rates are going to go down anytime soon. Now, I want you guys to think about this one. This is a store on the Huntington Beach Pier that has been open forever, and it's closed now. So God knows what the rent was like on this place. But here you've got the most amazing location, you know? 4th of July weekend, and this place is done, pending permit. I'm going to add a kitchen. Now, here's the one thing I always get a kick out of is, here's the mortars for the fireworks company. Now, they're not loaded with fireworks yet. But this is where they launch the fireworks. You can't be on the pier during the fireworks show. But it's kind of cool. Well, that's how they launch them, guys. So you would be, fireworks hounds out there that want to watch your money explode. This is the best way to set these up. Look at the PVC. Isn't that cool? Just think there's some guy right now seeing this going, oh, damn, that's a great idea. I'm going to get my skyrockets and my Roman candles that way. There you go. And then they move these throughout the pier and launch these off the pier. So share your thoughts so far on this stuff, guys. If you want to see how big this fireworks show is, this is clearly all the little ones that they load. Look at how big this is, guys. Each one of these will be filled with one of the mortars. Gives you an idea how big this show is. Isn't that crazy? A lot of fireworks up here. It gives you an idea of how many fireworks they have. This is the most amazing fireworks show. It really is. It's unbelievable to come out here and see this. But we have to also remember what 4th of July is about, our independence. And one thing that Don sent me was a story out of Veterans Affairs. Don from Georgia sent me this. And, the Veteran Affairs, I'm sickened when I hear stuff like this, that there's, all this corruption, people not getting services, people are ripping off the system. And it's horrible that we have that right now. And we need to take care of our own. And our veterans that are sleeping on the streets, we need to do something about that. We need to remind ourselves at times how much they've given so that we can all walk freely with a camera on a beach. Jeremy wrote me about boat insurance. Dan, could you recommend who you think's going to be good for boat insurance? And I don't own a boat, but I researched it and found the greatest article, which is 5 great boat places, best boat insurance companies, which they came up with: Geico, Markel, which I've never heard of, Progressive, Chubb, and Foremost. Okay? So there you go, Jeremy. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. But again, the discount shopping, research everything, guys, that you want to do, because it's just a matter of time until things start going up. But as boat registration here in California triples, isn't that 300%? As we see that, you're going to see crazy things. Plus, consider being in the water. One thing that was disgusting with that Titanic sub is that the company that runs that sub does not consider those people passengers. So to avoid certain insurance and certain liabilities, you're called a mission specialist. So when you sign your life away and hop on one of those things, you're a mission specialist. That was one thing good about my late girlfriend being the lawyer that she was, and that I'm not signing this. Cross that part out, cross this part out. We're not buying the ticket, refund our money. But you're a mission specialist. So these people that were on that sub were not passengers, guys. They were just mission specialists going to their doom. So they're going to try to sit there and say that there was no liability and that they were all, scientific explorers. So many other people that have been on that submarine shenanigans. I talked about how dangerous it was. And there are people now coming forward that said, hey, we canceled our trip the second we got there because we saw how flimsy and what shenanigans this whole thing was and the amount of money that we paid. So I wonder if more people like that are going to step forward. One thing that's very apparent is that people don't have the money this year that they've had in previous years. But we're being told that your income has gone up and that you make substantially more now than you've made in previous years. Well, what is it? What's the answer to that? Is it just lower income people that are making less? Is it that? Look at this place. Oyster restaurant at the end of the pier, opening in summer 2023. They've got all this great artwork, but they've done zero construction on it. So coming, Broad Street Oyster Company. Okay, we'll see. We will see. This would be some expensive real estate, having this at the end of the pier. So when you look at people's incomes and you look at people managing their money, we're being told how good it is right now. Then you look at the hotel workers that they just got their minimum wage bumped in LA County to $15, and they want more. So what is it, guys? Are they just bad money managers? Are they not making enough money? You tell me. Los Angeles is incredibly expensive. It's one of the most expensive places in the world to live in, and I understand the need to make more money. So that's interesting. Next thing is UPS. It looks like they averted that strike and settled with the Teamsters on the main sticking point. So they're going to continue to deliver things. But how would you like to go to one of those hotels? You plan for a nice 4th of July at the Ritz-Carlton. You travel, and guess what? There's protesters out in front, and they're not going to make your bed for you at your $900 a night hotel room. Okay? How'd you like that? Now, one thing that I get a kick out of is everybody that writes me from the UK tells me one thing, and that inflation is through the roof. And they have problems getting produce, they have problems getting product for their businesses, they have problems with insurance, heating costs, energy, everything. Everything is through the roof right now in the UK. But we're being told that everything's great, and again, they've seen a massive amount of bank withdrawals. 4.6 billion pounds was taken out of the banks in the last month. Why is that? Well, are they all listening to Dan saying prepare, prepare, prepare? Who knows? But they don't feel safe about their banks over there. And the problem will be global. The Fed Now program, they have 15 companies that are set up with this instant payment program, Fed Now, that's going to take place at the end of July. So great, we're going to all have Fed Now. You're going to have instant payments, instant payments. You won't have to wait to get paid. Who cares? I always was mystified by this when I ran businesses and had payments. And if you can't wait, if you put a check in the bank today and you get it in the morning, isn't that fast enough for you? No, we need you to cash the check. I need the money now. Okay, clearly there's something wrong with your finances that you cannot manage your money for a 12-hour period. So, but Fed Now, guys, you're going to be able to get your money instantly, and you're going to have nothing to worry about. So, again, Italy, Eurozone, UK, I think about Ireland, people have written me about, South America. It is crazy. In Argentina, that place is a mess. Argentina has inflation through the roof that they're going to let you do bank deposits in yuan, the Chinese currency, and not have to do settle transactions in the US dollar. Well, they clearly want to be away from us, but is this the sign that things are ending for the US dollar? Is everybody in the UK just a mess? Can they just not handle their inflation? I think that it's horrific. When people send me the stories and they show me what things were a year ago and what they are today, but we're supposed to be told that they have inflation down to 8%, it's a lie, and it's not true. And people that have families and buy anything understand that. Let me know your thoughts on this. Finals are heating up right now. You got the surfers warning people to stay off the beach. Kind of cool. Kind of a fun thing to see. Let me know, guys. Just wanted you guys to see the overcast day at the beach. It's really nice. It's getting crowded though. With 4th of July looming, I found a great article about the best thing to buy and barbecue in each state. Great article. But what are you guys going to do for 4th of July? What are you going to cook? What are you going to make? You're going to see family, friends, travel. What are you going to do? Let everybody know. And hey guys, I'm at Pacific City, another car company, VinFast. If it would save your life and you said, okay, I'm going to die, have you heard of VinFast? Seriously, electric cars. Because I had never heard of it until I walked up in front of this place right now. VinFast electric vehicles. Look at this bus. Sorry to whip around. Isn't that cool? Anyways, final story, and that people are unhealthy right now. And in the last 2 years, people have said that they've gained an excessive amount of weight over the last 2 years. And the average person that's gained weight, 17 pounds over the last 2 years. 17 pounds, guys. Come on. Go walk a little bit. Pick up a camera. Join me. You know what I mean? Come on. 17 pounds. 47% of the 2,000 people that were interviewed at Steady Finds said that they live a unhealthy lifestyle. 47% of 2,000 people. So get some exercise, guys. It'll do you good. Get some vitamin D. Okay? Go outside in the sun, if we could ever get the sun. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please to always take a look at our sponsor. It's 60 seconds out of your life, and they're a great company. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. I've got some shopping to do here at Pacific City. Okay? See you soon.